welcome to episode 4 of Pedalboard Preamp. Today we're talking about overdrive pedals. I'm using my LTD M400 in drop C. You can hear it's relatively quiet. That's because we have just the impulse response here. So if I was to gain match that, you didn't come here to just listen to clean tones, so let's get into it. You're probably looking at this Tokyo Drive, and you're like, why haven't I been using that? I actually want to save that for its own episode. That thing does a lot. Today, we're just going to focus on it for mid-gain tones. It's a very cool pedal. I actually stopped using it because I want to keep it nice. It's like hand numbered on the bottom. So I ended up getting one of these, having not tried one. And I was so blown away by how awesome this pedal is. So if you're looking for a cheap overdrive, you could find one of these used. This was used. I think I paid like 40 bucks for it, and it's so awesome. Highly recommend that. If you're looking for something a little bit different, this Tube Screamer Mini, these are like 70 bucks new, but you can find them like 60, maybe even cheaper used. That's another great option, different than this one. And we're going to get into that, obviously. And then if you're looking for something that's a lot of fun, you don't even necessarily need the Wazacraft, but the Blues Driver is such a cool pedal, and I actually really like using that in front of a high gain amp. It does some cool things, and that's why I'm actually really excited for episode 5, because I'm finally going to put these two right up against each other going into these pedals, and we're all going to hear what's happening. So definitely stick around for that one. I think what we should do first, though, is actually find a good impulse that we're going to use. Not that there's anything wrong with that one. I tend to like bigger cabinets, as I mentioned before. You get more out of it. Sound a little out of tune. Hold on one sec. That's the Seymour Duncan Jazz pickup. This is the Custom 5. And this is the middle position. Okay, enough of that. Tube Screamer. Before I mess around and change up some settings, we're going to go through every pedal. We're going to just hear the difference. Now, I checked it out earlier, and the Blues Driver was louder. But let's see what happens again. Okay, that's the Tube Screamer. Blues Driver. Let's that was the custom setting. Let's go over to standard. Alright, let me go back to the custom. and let's try out the Super Overdrive. So you can hear right there, like just how different that is, and the volume is all the way up on this pedal, and all the way up on this pedal, or I should say the level. Same thing over here, levels all the way up, gains all the way down, gains all the way down on all of them. This is the gain, that's all the way down. This is the level, that's all the way up. This attack I actually have rolled back. It's a gate, and this is the bright. So since it doesn't have a tone, I just tried to match positioning, but it's definitely not the same thing. Yeah, there's just so much more volume coming from this pedal. If anyone knows why, hit me up in the comments. I would love to know. And I'm sorry I keep bumping into the mic stand and bumping into the camera mount. This setup is not the best, but it's better. It's better than what I had. So, and I will continue to make improvements. I just want to get these videos out. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the jazz pickup. It's just a much better tone for what we're doing. Let's actually cycle back real quick. Alright, so I think now's the time where we're going to switch up some settings, have some fun, starting with the Tube Screamer. I guess what I'll do is I'll go halfway with the gain on each pedal, then we'll go all the way out, see what happens. I know this was really made for like metal, being that it's like co-designed by like Misha. But I'm telling you, once the blues guys, if they haven't figured it out already, that's a sweet pedal for blues, now they know, because it's awesome. Okay, here we go, Blues Driver. And again, it's so much louder than the other pedals. So I'm actually going to bring this down. try the standard. Yeah, I think this pedal is loud because it needs to be loud. I don't think it sounds the same when it's quiet. I could just be going crazy here, but when it's loud, it sounds better. That's what I'm noticing. The breakup's also a bit different. It's actually has kind of a fuzzy quality to it. This might be a cool pedal for someone trying to do like some doom or something, or even like I'm actually wondering what this would sound like on a bass guitar. Probably pretty cool. I think I'm actually gonna have to do that on top of in episode 3, and I had mentioned this. I talked about using a DI box to get another signal so that you can blend what's happening on this pedal board with a clean signal without realizing until I was editing the video that I could just do exactly that using this. But so I'm gonna have to go back with the bass and show you that. I think I'll just make that a separate video, and we'll also talk about some of this other stuff in terms of using stereo. Now, one thing that you could do is if you were recording your guitar, you could just send this out to your interface and record that as a clean DI. And there you go. Now you have, if you want to reamp any of this later, you have that backed up, so you're safe. You could also send that to a different guitar amp, and then have 2 amp tones going into your interface and blend those 2 together, come up with some cool stuff. So that deserves its own episode. I'm doing that as well. I'm gonna bring up all that stuff that I missed out on in the past episodes, and we'll get to go over that stuff. But yeah, let's continue and let's hear the Super Overdrive at half gain. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like this as a high gain boost. It's so cool as that. I said before, highly recommend. I actually prefer it more than pretty much anything else. That's not to say that Tokyo Drive isn't awesome, because it is. I'm just getting, like, especially now that I switched over to the other LTD with the maple board and the JB59 pickup combo, going into my current patches on my Axe Effects that I've kind of honed for years now. It just sounds right, and I'm really enjoying that. So highly recommend this one if you're looking to do that. But let's continue. Pretty cool. I'm sure there's some people that want me to mess around with the tone, so I'm going to do that. We'll go all the way up. It's definitely better. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. Here we go. Tokyo Drive. Not surprised this pedal sounds good. I'll mess around with the bright so we can hear what that does, and I'll move the attack around too. And yeah, that got way louder. Let me bring this down. Yeah, that one rips. So, for some reason, I've had this pedal for a long time, and I've actually never tried turning the gain all the way up on the pedal and using it in this fashion. And I'm actually like pretty stunned at how awesome that sounds. I mean, that's literally just like, I mean, the signal chain is these other couple pedals, but that's just this Horizon Devices Tokyo Drive going into the Impulse. I'm really digging that. This whole thing is a good thing for me because it's forcing me to do like 5 different things at once with my brain, which is something I'm not good at. And that, of course, that's the blues driver. Definitely got louder. That was the standard. Let's go over to the custom. And yeah, that's the Muar's telling me that the signal's too hot going in. Definitely not as much clarity, but again, something different. So if this is what you're looking for, this does the job. That little that like filter that's on there might not sound good in comparison to this if what you're looking for is the clarity. However, this having that filter is a different sound, and I would look at it more in terms of these are 2 different functions here. So if there's a part where you need something that sits differently in the song itself, you know, that's why you have these 2 different options. And also, you know, every guitar is going to sound a bit different. So depending on your guitar, one or the other might actually be the better choice. And that really goes down to like, does your guitar sound bright or does your guitar sound dark? And also the genre or whatever you're playing, you know. You don't necessarily need to be like super articulate for everything. However, obviously in like modern metal and stuff, you do, which is what that was designed for, which is why I think it is so crystal clear, and you can pick out every single note. But yeah, let's try out the Super Overdrive. Gain all the way up. You know what I didn't do? I'm actually going to go back because I didn't move the tone around. All right, so yeah, that definitely helps with that like forwardness, and that's really just like adding some highs to the tone, giving that clarity. Definitely cool. I don't actually think I moved this one either, so let's go all the way down with the bright on here. Because I know I said I was going to go through that stuff, and that tone just kind of amazed me. So yeah, the bright definitely adds a lot of volume. I didn't know that before. For this application, I think I'm going all the way up with that bright switch. I'm also using my neck pickup, like I was saying before. I'm using the Jazz Seymour Duncan Jazz, so that's going to add some low end. So adding bright to that is kind of balancing that out as well. Let's go through this attack. Okay, so we're all the way over to the left. One thing I wanted to say is I've really been using this a lot in the studio to track leads. Obviously, what we're hearing now, in my opinion, is I'm actually liking that one the most for this application, just testing the pedal into an impulse. So it's making sense to me why I enjoy it so much for doing leads normally as well. So just wanted to mention that. And that's with the gate all the way up. That was a note sustaining out just to test the gate out. You can see it takes a lot longer to turn on. That gate works great, actually, especially for high gain stuff. Really, if you're using gain pedals, you need a gate. Having one built in is, I don't understand why all gain pedals don't have that functionality, because that is so awesome. Whoever decided that, like, I love you. Thank you. Because you probably play the guitar and you're like, hey, we should have a gate in the gain pedals so we can adjust the noise. How about that? And then everyone over at like MXR and stuff were like, yeah, let's do that. And then Horizon Devices was like, hey, we made a pedal of our awesome pedal with Japanese on it, and it has red knobs, and you could pre-order one. And then I was like, yes, I want that. And here it is. Super awesome pedal. Now, one thing I actually want to get is a tumness. I've been watching Brian Wampler's YouTube channel, and I'm really enjoying his videos. I really love his pedals too. I have the DB Plus Boost, which I will show in a different episode when we go over. Maybe when we go over boosting, though, I might save that for a different episode because it is actually part of a different pedal board, and I might just show you the whole pedal board. We'll see. But yeah, so the tumness from the videos that I've seen on YouTube about it sounds awesome, and I love. I want to get the mini pedal, actually, the mini tumness. It's just I'm hoping we'll add, and I just hit the microphone. Sorry about that, but I'm hoping it will add another flavor to this pedal board because I got all these different overdrives and distortions now. I don't have a tumness. There are a few other pedals too that I've been eyeing up, cheap ones and more expensive ones, but really I'm going more on the cheap side of things. I don't really have a lot of money to be spending on guitar pedals, but I do want to keep the show going. If there's a pedal that you want me to test out or you think I need to try, definitely let me know in the comments. And or just make a pedalboard preamp video, hashtag pedalboard preamp, when you do post it, and let me hear it. Really, all these pedals are awesome in their own way, and I did learn a few things about them today, so that was cool. Hopefully you learned some things about them too. Any one of them is a good choice. There is really no right answer. There is a way to get a tone that you're going for, though. So if you're looking for a certain tone, certain pedals will do that better than others, as we demonstrated today. Some are more similar to each other in ways, some are different in ways. Hopefully this helps you decide in an overdrive pedal. Again, recommend this one. These you'll find used for like $100. So yeah, you don't need to buy brand new stuff to enjoy these pedals. You know, one thing we didn't do, and I know everyone probably wants me to do, or at least someone wants me to stack all of these. See what happens. Let's do that. So I'm definitely going to turn this down. And here we go. That's tone right there. So definitely going to back off the gain halfway. What is happening? That is a lot of gain is what's happening. So we're going to back off on some stuff. Yeah, let's back off on a lot of stuff here. I just hit the cheap plastic camera mount. Sorry about that. That's tone, dude. We're getting somewhere. I'm going to turn that gate all the way up. Yeah, we're going to have to turn that one up too. Yeah, so there's a very fine line between too much and too little right now with this full circuit going here. You know, this thing the gate wants to grab the note a little too early so that it kills all the sustain. But there's also so much noise looking to come through. I'm sure you can actually hear a little bit of it now because it's showing up on my meter. Put that at about 75%. Yeah, if I had like another gate, I think this would be a lot better. This would go a lot better. Definitely a cool tone. It's just all of these pedals together, you're getting a bit more noise. As you can hear. That's not a good sound. Definitely a cool sound. I mean, it's basically a high gain tone. Let's play around with this a little bit more. So I'm going to turn the overdrive all the way off on the tube screamer. All right, so that's going into the blues driver. Now this was loud before. We're going to bring all this gain down. It's already getting better. All right. I didn't realize how much the volume and the bright are working together. So there is a bit of fizz on that top end. You know, I wasn't actually planning doing this, but this is actually a really cool way to dial in a heavy metal tone. And since we just went through all of the pedals, we know what they're all doing. So we're able to, and since they all have their own levels, we're able to blend however much of each one we want. So this is a truly custom sound right here. This is really cool. I keep hitting the camera mount. I'm sorry about that. Not a good thing here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think we're going to use this tone, and I'm going to put together some drums, and I'll be right back. So now what we're going to do, if you're new to the series, is I'm going to take that tone that we just made, and I'm going to put that up to some drums, as if you were just jamming out with drums. This noise gate really is not designed for what we're doing here. It's an older gate, and what was happening is as I brought the threshold up, a lot of my tone was starting to disappear, so it was too much. And then when you'd bring it back down, the noise would come back. So it's a very fine line between too much noise and too much gate. So definitely not the ideal gate for this concept. If you just skipped ahead, what we're doing is I put all four of these overdrive pedals together, so it's stacked essentially. So we have 4 different gain circuits all going into the impulse response. And again, that really plays into the whole mantra of this series, which is creating custom tones using guitar pedals. All right, really appreciate your support. Hope you enjoy this little clip, and I'll see you next time.